Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily Downshift. My name is Orest. Well, finally, it's here. We've all been waiting such a long time for the Z car, and let me just say, wow, this is a thing of beauty. First of all, let me just apologize for the delay in this video, and let me outline my first reactions to the car. And then I will get right into exactly why you clicked this video, aka why I'm really worried about the Nissan Z. So to begin, let's imagine that it's reveal day. The absolute first thing that I noticed was the beautiful yellow color, which I kind of want to call avocado. It just reminds me of a beautiful, ripe, private school avocado. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, just Google it. The second thing which I noticed and had a little laugh about was the white tire writing. I laughed because we did the exact same mod to our Corvette C8 a few weeks back, and we were quite hesitant at first, but it turned out absolutely amazing. And I do have to say that it does look absolutely fitting here on the Z. I really hope it comes like that from the factory and they're not just teasing us. Let's talk about those 19-inch wheels. Perfect. So simple, yet so sporty. And the gold bronze color that they chose to contrast against that private school avocado yellow, man, they've got some people with serious style at Nissan. The side profile of this car is just ridiculous. I love the throwback cues and the silhouette. I can completely see the design language from the 240Z and the 300ZX. They didn't even need to show them side by side really. I actually remember somebody in my old neighborhood had a red 300ZX, and I always remember biking by as a little kid and thinking, I'm definitely going to get something cool like that one day. And seeing that flat panel rear with those taillights made me think of that exact moment, which I honestly think this is what the car was made to do, to play off nostalgia using the retro vibes. Well done, Nissan, it worked for me. Let's talk about the front. The headlights are awesome. I like how they've modernized an old style, and I think it's very distinct from what other manufacturers have already done. All the general lines on the hood are outstanding as well. Now, the confusion from the front bumper and inlet, I'm not going to say I don't like it, but part of me just thinks it's incomplete. Whether it be trimming and styling the edges, I don't really know. It's kind of similar to what they did with the BMW grille. They were kind of just like, let's make it bigger and we'll work around it. But I will reserve judgment on both those grills until I see them in person. Because if there's one thing that I've learned, it's that people and things look different in photos than they do in person. As a bonus, here's a couple of redesigns that I found online of the front bumper, and I think they're both improvements. Let's quickly gloss over that interior then. Love, love, love it. Incredibly clean layout, digital dash bringing it up to the modern age, the staggered lower screen in the center with the air vent just above, and who can forget the super cool gauge integration in the dashboard. Seats are also very sporty and I love the stitching on them. Everybody knows that it's been announced with a 6-speed manual, right? But something that everybody has probably already forgotten to highlight is the fact that it has a real handbrake. Yes, that's right, DK from Tokyo Drift would definitely approve. Last I checked, the Supra only has an electronic handbrake, so we can already say that this one may just be more fun. I love that they're really keeping the car completely for purists, and I tip my hat to them. Alright, so at this point you might be wondering why I'm giving this vehicle so much praise. Well, the reason is that this is still technically a prototype and we don't have all the details. So here are all the things that I'm very worried about. First, the price. The 2020 370Z is going for about 31k USD and the Nismo is around 46, at least last I checked. So if they're in the low 30s, I think this thing is definitely going to sell like hotcakes. Now, if they get a little too excited and jack up the price to the 40s, then I think they're getting dangerously close to the C8. And everyone knows that that car is at $59,900 and there is no price increase for 2021. But I will go against myself here and say that somebody who is looking to buy a new Z is probably not the same person looking at the C8. Second, the power. So we know the power plant, but we don't know the actual numbers. Are we talking 300 horsepower like the base model Infiniti Q60, or are we talking 400 like the Red Sport? The 370Z has 332 horsepower, which means that this should have at least the same amount, if not more. If we compare to the Supra, the original model came out with 335 horsepower, and now the 2021 model offers 382 horsepower. So I think if this one doesn't at least have 360 horsepower, then it's going to be a problem. But I will say that the engine is very easy to tune, so it really doesn't matter, but they better come ready with a good number or enthusiasts are not going to be happy. Third, the transmission. We know that they're offering a 6-speed manual, which is great, and we know that they've confirmed that they're developing an automatic. Well, what sort of automatic transmission are they putting into it? Yes, you've seen people whining about cars not having a manual option, and here's me complaining about the type of automatic that they may choose. I'm honestly hoping they don't launch with some CVT transmission because that would be nothing short of a joke. A CVT just doesn't change gears at familiar shift points, so it would be an absolute shame to put a boring transmission in a fun sports car. Something like a dual clutch would be preferred, but I'm not holding my breath for that one. It'll probably just be the 7-speed auto from the Red Sport, which isn't as responsive as you want it to be, but this being the sport version, they could tinker with it. My final worry, and really more of a question to Nissan, and this is all in bold. When the heck is it coming out? The entire time I'm watching the reveal and I keep hearing, coming soon, coming soon. And then in the final moments, all they said was, and I quote, more information coming in the next few months. These guys had me on the edge of my seat the entire time and then just left me hanging. They've definitely built up the hype and I'm impressed, which was their entire plan all along. But in all seriousness, is it even going to be built for 2021? I've heard online speculation of 2022, which is pretty bananas. Full disclosure, I'm actually considering one, but the issue is I don't know when it's coming out. Some of you may be saying, calm down, it's just a little while longer, we've already waited 12 years since the launch of the 370, but it would be nice to have some sort of rough timeline. And those are my big worries for this car. As standalone worries, they're not independently terrible, but if these snowball, then Nissan could really be in trouble. Imagine $40,000 for 300 horsepower and an optional CVT, and then this thing gets delayed? Maybe I'm just overreacting, you guys tell me in the comments below. Also, tell me, are the worries that I've listed legitimate, or can you name any other potential worries? I may have just missed something. And with that all out of the way, if you have enjoyed, please give us a like and definitely consider subscribing. As always, thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.